After a point, the development of a civilization can move in two directions to ensure its survival. It can go outward, towards space and the colonization of other worlds, or it can go inward, expanding inner spaces. This is the realm of video games, virtual worlds, and simulations. Hypothetically, both these paths could help the longevity of a species and ensure its survival, even if its home planet got destroyed. How such a survival would look like if a civilization took the second route, we can see in The Inner Light, the 25th episode of TNG's 5th season. In Star Trek, humankind is, of course, a multi-planetary species, something made possible by the invention of the warp engine, which makes the vastness of space both easily traversable and superbly connected. Thus, even if Earth was the only Federation planet, and if it was to undergo an irreversible ecological catastrophe, like the drought the Kaatan suffered, the humankind of Star Trek could undoubtedly survive such a threat unaided. Any multiplanetary species would. I'm looking at you, Star Trek Picard. In this sense, the Federation is certainly much more durable than any civilization that has not developed the warp engine, like the Kaatans. However, while the Kaatans cannot save the life of any member of their species in the face of a planet-wide ecological catastrophe, they can ensure its continuation by subjecting a member of a multiplanetary species to a life spent among them. Still, their civilization would continue only for a flicker, since it would die again, erased from all memory, when this last Kaatan dies. The honor of being the last Kaatan was assigned to Captain Picard without him having any say in this. The Kaatans dispensed with the niceties faced with their own extinction, and the way they forcibly expanded inside Captain Picard's heart and mind is in equal parts amazingly cruel and markedly poignant. It's very telling that the Kaatans have not launched the capsule containing the tool to develop another Kaatan, a simulation of an entire life, to another planet, but have launched it into space, in which it has lolled about for some 10,000 years. They wanted the last member of their species to be multiplanetary, not only to preserve their culture and history, but to correct their mistake, their failure to expand outwards instead of inwards. The Kaatan seem to have been superb artists who have, while never inventing the warp engine, managed to construct such a flawless simulation for a duration of an entire lifetime that a member of a far advanced species was completely buying it and got completely emotionally engaged. The Kaatan video game of life seems much more advanced than anything the Federation possesses in the way of simulation technology, including the holodeck, and it broke Picard's heart. The Kaatans, while undoubtedly desperate to somehow prolong the life of their species, are also noticeably full of artistic hubris, still staunchly poised to defend the merits of their amazingly developed art alongside their inadequate space travel technology. It is, after all, this art that makes possible the largely metaphorical continuation of their species. This is also the reason why the flute that Jean-Luc was programmed to play all those years inside the simulation is the only object inside the capsule. When Jean-Luc actually discovers that he still knows how to play that real flute, he is the only one who understands the message that the aliens tried to send, because the message was deeply personal. It was meant only for him. The message was not only, "It was all real, you are still one of us, you are the last of us, you are us resurrected." It was also, "The art we did is real. It is also the only real thing that we did," which could also be understood as a meta-commentary on the existence of Star Trek as a television series. Shall we continue to cultivate just the inner spaces, the art, the lies, and hold them true because of the emotions they evoke in us, or will we expand in the right direction? Shall we stay on the Stargazer, or shall we embark on the Enterprise? Thus, the Inner Light seems to be a cautionary tale. As a non-multiplanetary species, should we really concentrate on mostly just producing and perfecting various forms of escapism? While they can touch our souls like nothing else, they are as time-consuming to learn and as ephemeral as a flute song in space.